So today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the stories that I have been reading this week for school. This has been the week of really crappy events in a story, but it's a really great story to read. And so I'm going to be doing reviews on both of these, but I wanted to just talk a little bit about the idea of looking beyond what you're reading to what is trying to be said. The first one that I had to read was Saved by Edward Bond. This is a play, and this play deals with some situations that lead to violence. There's several things in here that happen that are just really sad, and it was really frustrating and hard for me to get through. And so in class I was very quick to be like, I hate this is stupid, what's the point? I'm not learning anything, all I'm thinking about is how much this sucks. And the conversation went along, and what my professor was saying is, if there's ever a point when these things like this don't happen, then she won't teach this book. And just for quick reference, a baby is killed in this book in a completely ridiculous, makes no sense, not that there's any reason that makes sense, but it's just so horrible. And I feel like, why do I want to read this? What's the point? And one of the things she said is, it's true. Things like this happen, and shying away from it doesn't make it go away. I mean, just yesterday, I saw on Facebook about this 5-month-old baby that these parents didn't feed or change for 8 days, and the baby died. This stuff happens. People are horrible to each other all the time. And I think that overlooking books that make us look at that, or stories, plays, whatever, diminishes the fact that this is written for a reason. And I overlooked it myself, and I feel like that's something that we need to improve on. We need to really look at what we're reading sometimes. And so that also goes along with the other thing we read. I had to read this book, The Fixer, by Bernard Malamud, and it deals with a Jew in Russia in the early 1900s who is accused of murdering a Christian boy, and he's put in prison for years before he even gets the indictment to have a trial. And it's just constantly frustrating and horrible, all the things that happen to him there and how he's treated, and they just pretty much leave him there to rot. And it was really hard to read, and I finished it and I was like, I don't like this. I don't see the point. Like, I didn't enjoy it at all. But a friend of mine told me to read the introduction because it's really good, and it's by Jonathan Safran Foer, and it's like 2 pages. So I read it, and it made me totally rethink the point. Like, there's one thing at the very end of his introduction that he says that good people have expressed their solidarity with him, and hence their humanity is his. Why aren't you doing anything? The point is, injustice happens every day in your hometown, next door, across the world. And to ignore that injustice, it doesn't make it go away. It still happens. I mean, just for me, and something that I care about right now, there are people, like young girls in Cambodia, who are being human trafficked and taken advantage of. And that's one of the reasons that I support Rafa House, plug, is because they are really helping these girls and giving them safe houses and getting them out of the situations and trying to take care of them and help them cope and become healthy people. And so I feel like, just to say this book wasn't enjoyable, forget it, is to not think about the fact that there's a reason this is written. There's a reason that Malamud wanted to show this, because this book is based on an actual trial that actually happened around that time period. It was a very similar situation. And so I feel like just because a book makes you uncomfortable doesn't mean that it's not important. It doesn't mean that there's not something there that you need to pay attention to. And mainly I'm very frustrated because I'm frustrated with myself that I wasn't looking past the fact that I didn't enjoy the story, because it's not really enjoyable in the sense that it's happy. It's enjoyable in the sense that you look at this and you say, this is wrong. I should learn something from this and apply it to my life, which is the same thing that we should be doing with a lot of the things we read. So I'm done ranting. Thank you for watching. I will do reviews for these books later, and I'll link them below, and I hope that y'all enjoyed. Please thumbs it up if you want to pay more attention when you read, and I'll see y'all later.